This lesson is on how to copy an angle, and then as an extension to that, how to copy an angle and another angle so that they are the sum of the two original angles. So this is all done with compass and straight edge. There are no measuring tools. We need to start with a ray. Now we have our ray. The first step is to copy angle A. And then once we have that copied, we'll add B to angle A and come up with a new angle that is the sum of those two angles. So mathematics is all about pattern recognition. So you want to create a pattern by always using the vertices or points, and then making distances, and those intersections that are a result of going out certain distances, those become your new points from which you will make additional arcs. If you choose random places in which to put your point, you won't be getting a pattern. It will be totally random. So let's start with a distance that is the same for both sides of the angle A. You can make a single arc, small arc there on both, or some students just make it in a larger arc. So make sure your compass has not moved. Make a same size arc, just going out farther, or at least as big as the angle. And again, this is about estimation here. So it looks like this arc is a little bit bigger than this arc. Once you've established that arc, you'll set the compass at the intersection of the original arc and one side and adjust the radius so it's going to touch or pass through the intersection of the other arc and the other side. Once you have that radius, transfer it to the new angle, make an intersection of the two arcs, and then connect this vertex to a point that goes through that intersection. So we've copied angle A. This is angle A. Now we want to add B to A. So notice the process is exactly the same. The only difference is this angle side here is going to start here and go in the same direction. We can subtract this angle if we move in the other direction. So the process of copying angle B, set your radius such that it will make an intersection between the arc and a side, both sides, at the same distance. This distance from B to the intersection is the same as the distance from B to this intersection. If I connected these two intersections, I could create an isosceles triangle. Keeping that same radius, transfer that to the side where we're starting and extend out at least as far or at least as large as this arc. We want to make sure we get an intersection out there. Part 2, just like before, adjust the radius. Sometimes it's more difficult on these smaller angles. Make sure that that arc passes through the intersection and transfer that same distance to the new angle. Final step, connect the vertex to the point at that intersection and make a new ray. Now you have the sum of angles A and B. Copied angle A, copied angle B, so that they share a side. Finally, let's add one more construction to this video since we are already here with an angle. Let's bisect angle A, just that one angle. Bisecting angle A will cut it into two equal portions such that it has two angles inside of A that are congruent to each other. So the first part's actually been done. When you're bisecting an angle, you take the point of the compass, set it at the vertex. You'll choose a distance out at some radius, and you'll make an arc equidistant on both sides. The distance from the vertex to the arc is the same as the distance from the vertex to the arc on the other side. From there, you'll go out an equal distance, and at this point, it really doesn't matter if this is the rhombus method. You could use the kite method. I'll show you the rhombus method. The rhombus is a quadrilateral where all four sides are congruent. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Connecting these intersections to the intersection of these two arcs, and you'll have a rhombus where all four sides are congruent. The kite method, once you have an arc out a certain distance, you can change the radius. Make sure that you are consistent from this point on this side and this point on this side. And that intersection here will lie on the same ray that bisects angle A. If you connect these intersections, you'll end up with a kite, whereas if you connect these, you end up with a rhombus. Remember that a rhombus, all four sides are congruent. And a kite, we haven't looked at the definition yet, but it has two sides that are adjacent. Adjacent sides are congruent, and another pair of adjacent sides that are congruent. And we would have to indicate those with a different number of hash marks. So play around with the constructions, attempt your own, explore Math Open Ref, keep coming back here looking for additional videos that are more relevant to the slides that I posted for the lessons.